Hello, 6th grade scholars. Our first lesson is going to be another one-point perspective lesson. If you remember last year, we started off with a one-point perspective parks. And just to refresh our memory, let's take a look at this paper here. All right. Anybody remember what this line is called? Horizon line. And it separated the sky and the ground. And then do you remember what we had right here, this little dot, what that was called? The vanishing point. So if you remember last year, we would go out from our vanishing point, and then maybe we did a road, and the lines would be tiny in the background and getting bigger into the foreground, and we would have, if we did trees, our trees in the background would be very small, and they'd get progressively bigger and bigger as we got to the foreground. And remember, they had to be perfectly vertical. If they didn't match this line on the edge of our paper, then they would kind of look like slanted falling trees. So it was very important to have those vertical lines that were straight. And see how we had it going back in the distance. So now that we are in 6th grade, we're going to be doing a room. Well, how would we do a room with a horizon line and vanishing point? So I'm going to do this in crayon because I think you can see it better. So this is going to be our room. This is going to be a back wall that we're facing. And then I'm going to do these lines here. So I've got a ceiling, a floor, 2 walls, and this is going to be the wall that we're facing. Now, I'm going to put a vanishing point right there on that back wall. Anything that we draw in a room that are on these 4 sides are going to have to line up with that point for it to look 3-dimensional. For instance, if I didn't use my vanishing point and I just did a table here that just looked like a rectangle, and I had my floor where I just had straight lines, and if I'm going to hang a picture on my wall and I just slap a square on there, not looking very 3D, is it? However, if I have my room here, and my vanishing point, everything's going to converge on that vanishing point just like we did last year. So if I was going to do a hardwood floor, every single one of those lines is going to have to converge to that vanishing point. See, I'm holding this one on the point and I'm just moving the other end. I'm holding this one right on my vanishing point, so they all going to line up there. There, look at the difference between that and this. Looks like it's vanishing already, right? And if I was going to make a table here, use a different color crayon, it's going to be longer here because these lines are going to have to match that vanishing point. See the sides of the table? I'm going to go here and here. See how it's popping out? If I was going to hang a picture on the wall, again, the top and bottom on this time, top of the picture is going to go here, and I'm going to swing my ruler around, keeping it on the vanishing point. Bottom's going to go there. Lines will be vertical. Now I've got could be a window, could be a picture on the wall. That's pretty big. I'm going to make mine a window. I'm just going to throw some curtains in there. Not very neat curtains, but that would be my window. Let's see, ceiling tiles. Again, they would line up with a vanishing point. I was going to do a whole bunch of pictures on the wall. Let's do some small pictures over here. If I was going to have a door, top of the door got to line up with that vanishing point. All right, see how that's looking pretty 3D? Let's take a look at some examples. We can see this room here. See how the top of the couch is lining up with a point? bottom of the couch is lining up with that point. All the pictures on the wall, all lining up with that point. You can clearly see that every edge on the side is going to converge on this one point right here. The rug, that's not just a square. Notice how in the back it's a short line, and then down here towards the foreground it's a longer line, because those side lines have to converge with that point. And I've got one more example here where we can clearly see the vanishing point in this room. This time we've got a kitchen. See how the top of the refrigerator, top of the cabinet, everything is all lining up with this point in the center. So your first one is going to be a practice one. And for your practice one, I've actually got a cheat sheet. It's got your back wall, and it's got all the lines on there. So if you want to hang a picture on the wall, your top and bottom lines of your picture are already on there for you, so you can see how they're going to go. So we're going to do it on this practice sheet, which I'm going to upload for you. And then once you show me your finished practice sheet, then we're going to have to get out our rulers and do your own on a blank sheet, drawing in your own lines that delineate your ceiling and floor and walls. So let me go over the rubric real quick here so you can see what it's going to be. Final, to get your full 25 points. My lines are drawn with a ruler and are neat and straight. There is a clear vanishing point. All lines converge on one point. Vertical lines are straight. That's our first category. Second category, 15 or more unique details. Don't give me an empty room. Take a look at this example that I showed you before. See how that paper's all full? There's all kinds of things going on. There's really no empty space. All right, so you want to be thinking of different things that you can add, some unique details that you're going to be able to put in your room. I worked on this project the whole time in class. For your remote people, I guess you don't really have time in class. Let's see. Half-hour class, say it took 8 classes. I'm going to say it should be about a 4-hour project. That's including your rough draft. And I tried hard to fix mistakes, redo lines that were not correct, and think of more ways to improve my drawing. So you might send it to me and I might give you 5 or 6 suggestions on how you can improve it. So you should be going back and making those improvements before you do your final draft. You will lose points if I point out lines that are incorrect and you don't fix them and you show them in that way. So put in the effort and go ahead and make those corrections. And I will post this rubric on for you as well, so you'll have a copy of that. And you have my email address if you have any further questions. I am also going to post some student examples from last year as well, so you can see what other scholars did last year. They did a really good job making some of the rooms. You can do any room you want to. You can do your bedroom, you can do your living room. It doesn't have to be exactly like your room. You can make something that kind of looks like your bedroom, but add your own unique details to it just to fill it up. So it can be an imaginary room. We had some really unique ones last year. Somebody did, what did he do? Some kind of disco or something. I'll see if I can find that example and put it up for you. All right, have fun with that, and I'm looking forward to seeing your rooms. Bye.